19 runs.
Tony, certain jealous teams make a big deal of the Dodgers spending a lot of money, and they do. But they also have superb scouting. They scout, they draft, they develop. They will take advantage of you and fleece you if you're not careful. It's not just spending money. The Dodgers know what they're doing.
Time for the honorary doctor to spin humane letters into winning words. What's first?
Rafael Devers' refusal to play first base for the Red Sox is blank.
My word is discouraging because it feels like insubordination. I mean, the Red Sox pay Rafael Devers $331 million over 10 years. He got bent out of shape when they brought in Alex Bregman to play third base. He publicly criticized it. How's that working out now? Let me give you these numbers, Mike. Bregman's batting .318 with 9 homers and 30 RBI in 38 games. His OPS 988 is 5th in the majors. So now the first baseman gets hurt, and the general manager suggests it'd be nice if Devers goes and plays first base, and Devers refuses. All right, he says, "No, you made me the DH. You took away my glove. You took away my position." It's an unbelievable series of quotes. And that's petulant, and that is insubordinate. And you know what? If I was the Red Sox, I'd start looking to trade him. Because you can't have a player on your team who refuses to play. You can't have it.
Ooh. Tony, you know one of my favorite sayings is more than one thing can be true. And I think that's what we're looking at here. So my word is conflicting. As in, I'm conflicted over this. You're absolutely right. I mean, for 100 years, guys played multiple positions all the time, even some of the great players. I mean, Ruth is extreme because he pitched and played the outfield. But I mean, even, for like 30 years, Pete Rose played like 8 positions. Guys just did this as a matter of course in Major League Baseball. So you look at Devers and you say, what are you talking about? On the other hand, they got to have some utility players, defensive aces who are better utilized at first base. And they did indeed. They look schizophrenic. They asked Devers to do this one day and this Tuesday and that Thursday. And I sort of get it. I would be annoyed at it too. So I'm conflicted. I think I'm going to come down on the side of try to play some first base. Do the thing that's good for your team.
Help us out.
They're paying you all this money, but the Red Sox didn't cover themselves. But they didn't cover themselves in glory on this one either.
They made a good trade, though, because Bregman's a better third baseman.
Bregman's working out well. Yeah, absolutely.
$313 million does not get you what it used to. $313 million is supposed to buy you loyalty. It's supposed to buy you performance. It's supposed to buy you cooperation. It's not supposed to buy you tsuris. Rafael Devers. I want to go back to the signing of that $313 million contract with $75 million deferred that was signed in 2023. I want to go back to the absolute lunacy that was Red Sox fans who were so furious with John Henry saying, if you don't sign Devers, we are never going to talk to you again. You let Mookie Betts go, and now you've got to sign Devers. And so they did. Out of total peer pressure, and they gave him $313 large. Now they did defer $7.5 million a year for 10 years, but that's not good enough. So Devers is a third baseman, below average third baseman. The Red Sox are not performing well in the first year of his contract of the 10-year 313. Then they sign Alex Bregman, and preseason we do an entire segment on nothing personal because Rafael Devers has made it clear, I will not move from third base. Of course, a few weeks later, he had a coming to Francis moment when he said, oh, all right, I'll be DH. So Bregman's playing third, not as great. The Red Sox are doing slightly better this year. They're not in last place. They're in second place. They're 1 game over, 2 games back. Now, we told you that there was a problem at first base. Cassis gets hurt, ruptures his patellar tendon, and the Red Sox are looking for a first baseman. Here's an idea. Third baseman move to first base all the time. Normal. Very easy to do. And I'm not yucking on the great defensive first baseman. Derek Lee, you are a magician. The greatest defensive first baseman I ever saw. Apologies to you, Keith. You were really good too. All of that said, Having Devers play first base makes a ton of sense because having a person at DH who has no flexibility, no ability to play the field, it actually hurts you. And you're going to say Ohtani, you're going to say Stanton, you're going to say Papi. Fine. I'm telling you, when you're putting together a team, you want flexibility. You're going to say Edgar. I'm still going to say fine. So Devers was approached apparently by Craig Breslow, another former Marlin, Yale Bulldog, and was asked, hey, would you play first base? And when you're making $313 million and you're not really performing and neither is your team, you would say to your general manager, hell yeah, whatever you want. I'm here for you. Instead, what Devers said is, no thanks. I'm not really interested in playing first base. These conversations happen privately. You call the player into the manager's office, you sit, GM, president, player. Sometimes you speak to the agent when you're doing a position change, but you speak to the player and you say, listen, we're going to give you whatever reps you need, but come out early tomorrow. We're going to do infield and we're going to take a couple of days, for the better players. We had Miguel Cabrera catch one fly ball during BP and said, you're good to play left field, to have fun. There are times when you move players around the infield. I believe Jazz Chisholm was moved from second base to outfield on a Tuesday and then over to third base on a Thursday. It's doable. I'm not yucking on Rawlings and their gold gloves, Stevie. I'm just saying it's doable. Devers, however, after this private meeting, did something that we don't tolerate as a front office. You cannot tolerate someone who calls out the front office in public. We do not air our dirty laundry in front of you. We never wanted to because, like many relationships, we want you to think everything's okay. The reason why we keep all the screaming matches into the clubhouse, don't want any fights in the dugout, don't want any sort of issue is because when you see people fighting, it makes you feel uncomfortable. It makes you feel like they're not in control. It makes you feel like they can't be leaders. It's like many, many marriages. People choose to fight in their bedroom and outside they have this aura of, oh, everything's perfect. When in fact, bubbling underneath, it's like Ghostbusters 2. It's like smoldering, boiling crap. Devers went bananas yesterday. He has more quotes about the fact that he won't play first base. And then it got worse. He said about his own GM, I'm not certain what issue Craig Breslow has with me. He played ball, and I would like to think he knows that changing positions like that isn't easy. Now, they should do their jobs, essentially, and hit the market and look for another player. I'm not sure why they want me to be an in-between. Next thing you know, someone in the outfield gets hurt, and they want me to play in the outfield. I know the kind of player I am, and that's where I stand. Wow. So then he even went further to disclose what happened in the meeting because he obviously told Craig Breslow and likely Sam Kennedy, hey, I really don't feel like changing. And then it was told to him by Alex Cora and maybe Sam and Craig, dude, please, we need your help here. So then Devers goes public and says, they told me that I'm a little hard-headed, but they already asked me to change positions once. This time, I don't think I can be as flexible. I don't feel they stayed true to their word. They told me I'm going to play this position DH. Now they're going back on that. No. There's not one part of that statement from Rafael Devers that makes me want to do anything than release him or trade him and pray to God that someone will take his money, knowing that when you mark his contract to market, it ain't close. There is not a team in baseball, not one of 29 teams who would take Devers' contract, no trade clause or not. He is overpaid. The reality is that when you know that you have pulled one over and gotten a contract that you didn't deserve and your performance reflects that fact, but your contract doesn't, you'd be best to just say thank you. Whatever you need. But doubling down and going public is a disgrace, and Devers should be ashamed of himself. And if the Red Sox do not hold him accountable, they have lost the clubhouse. because you can bet your sweet bippy that there are professionals in that Red Sox clubhouse who look at a player like Devers making that kind of money and saying what he said about not willing to help the team, and they look at him and they say, that's it. Leader? Forget it. You're not even someone I want to talk to. You're not someone I want to be around. Who would do that? And if you think that player-on-player feeling doesn't exist, then you have not been inside a clubhouse, because publicly the players are all defending each other and say, no, everything's great. You get inside a clubhouse, there are more cliques, there is more disagreement, there is more lack of love than you would know. Like marriages in a bedroom, try to keep it in there. How does it end with Devers? I got an idea. Craig Breslow, smart guy, smart. He's going to figure out over the next year or two what he can do with Devers, because he's going to realize quickly that allocating that sort of money to a player like that is not actually going to help them win a championship.
What's up, Dodgers Nation? Can you imagine if we pulled off another heist with the Red Sox? Picture Rafael Devers rocking the blue and white, smashing bombs at Dodger Stadium. Yeah, it sounds crazy, but after the whole Mookie Betts saga, we might be gearing up for another blockbuster between LA and Boston. Want to know how this could actually go down? Stick around, because today's video is a must-watch. Revisiting the Mookie Betts trade. First things first, let's go back to 2020 when the Red Sox sent Mookie Betts packing to LA. The result? Betts became a cornerstone for the Dodgers, a total game changer. But in Boston, it was ugly. Fans were furious, and the front office got roasted. Now, could history be repeating itself with Rafael Devers? The Rafael Devers drama. So, what's the deal with Devers? Boston looked set when they signed Alex Bregman, but then things got messy. Devers got pushed to DH, and at first, he rolled with it. But when Tristan Casas tore his patellar tendon, leaving the Sox without a first baseman, the front office came back to Devers and asked him to make another move. And what did he say? Nope. Hard pass. He made it clear he's not going to keep bailing out the Red Sox for their mismanagement. What this means for the trade market. With Devers basically slamming the door, trade rumors are swirling. And of course, the Dodgers are already popping up as a potential destination. First off, we've got the cash to absorb his massive contract. Second, Max Muncy might be a free agent after this season, so adding another big bat could make perfect sense. Breaking down the trade. Let's be real, Devers is one of the worst defensive third basemen in the league. In terms of UZR, DRS, he's at the bottom of the pile. But do the Dodgers really care about defense? Not so much. Here, it's all about the offense, and Devers is a beast with the bat. Over the past 3 seasons, he's been top 5 in hard hit rate, WOBA, and ISO. He'd bring exactly what the Dodgers love: power, power, and more power. But let's not ignore the elephant in the room. That contract could be a total albatross when he's 35, 36 years old. Is it worth the risk? Why, it'd be hilarious. If the Dodgers stole another superstar from the Red Sox, it'd be the ultimate punchline for Boston fans. First Mookie, now Devers. The Red Sox front office might never show their faces at Fenway again. But let's be real, it's a long shot. The pressure in Boston is already sky high, and trading Devers to LA would be like handing the Dodgers another MVP for nothing. So what do you guys think? Is Devers to Dodgers a pipe dream, or could it actually happen? Drop a comment below, smash that like button, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any Dodgers updates. And trust me, this saga is just getting started.